Welcome to the channel. I am the Scottish astrologer, and in this video I am going to talk about the upcoming annular solar eclipse which takes place tropically in the zodiac sign of Capricorn on the 26th of December, Boxing Day, otherwise known as St. Stephen's Day. I also talk about what this means in general and what it means for you personally based on your natal chart. Now, solar eclipses, or eclipses in general, are a signifier of change and have been known to have this effect for a very long time indeed. Now, natural disasters like earthquakes, etc. are also thought to be triggered by eclipses. Now, this particular solar eclipse again is known as an annular solar eclipse, which means that the moon covers the centre of the sun but leaves the sun's outer edges visible around the moon, which look spectacular, almost like a ring of fire surrounding the moon. Now, sadly, this eclipse will not be visible for me personally here in the United Kingdom, nor will it be visible in the United States, as this eclipse takes place primarily in the southern hemisphere and can only be seen by certain nations located in this particular hemisphere. But it does take place on one of my favourite days of the year, Boxing Day, or St. Stephen's Day, okay, as it's otherwise known, which of course is the day after Christmas. It's special to me for a couple of reasons. Firstly, St. Stephen's Day, my name is Stephen, and secondly, as I have 3 children, the first possible day after Christmas is out the way is the most comfortable day for me, and a day which leaves the longest time until the next again Christmas occurs. So that's why I personally rate Boxing Day as one of the top days of the year for myself. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Now, the potency of the effects felt by this particular eclipse will be highest for those who are able to actually see this eclipse, and so will be less felt for people like myself here in the United Kingdom, for example, as I will not be able to physically see this eclipse. But again, for those who live in nations where this eclipse is actually visible, the effects will be much more potent for them. But for others, again, this eclipse will still affect you personally in some way. Again, just not as harshly, shall we say, as otherwise if you were in a nation where this eclipse was actually visible. Now, as this eclipse takes place tropically in the zodiac sign of Capricorn, the change will be delivered through the energies of the ruling planet of Capricorn, which of course is Saturn, who is also currently sitting in the sign of Capricorn now and also at the time of this eclipse and beyond. So as the change will be of the energy of Saturn, expect it to be quite harsh or severe, but it is for the greater purpose of helping you grow or to mature in a particular area. Now, the change for everyone won't be so harsh or severe. It's only if that is the best and most appropriate way in which you do actually grow, mature, or learn your lesson by, okay? So if this is the best way for you to learn a lesson, the hard way, that's the way in which Saturn will teach you, okay? But if that isn't the best way in which you actually learn or grow or mature, then expect Saturn to approach this energetically through a different approach. Now, if you take a look at your natal chart and you find which house 4 degrees 6 seconds of Capricorn falls into, because this is a particular area of life, etc., in which this change should be expected to occur personally in your life. So if you look in the description box below and click the link to my website and just keep scrolling down the page, you will find a lot of information regarding the meaning of the houses, the planets, the signs, etc, etc, etc. And if you are new to astrology, then please look at the meanings of the houses and you will have an idea of which area to expect some form of change to occur. Now, something else you must also take into consideration is if this eclipse happens to land on and so activate the energies of a particular planet or luminary, etc., on your natal chart. Again, if you click the link to my website and scroll down to the planets, luminaries and Rahu and Ketu section, okay, there's a section titled the planets, luminaries and Rahu and Ketu. If you look at that section, it has a lot of information there about the planets, okay, and this will help you know the particular energies of each planet, etc., what energies they possess, and so it'll help you to get the idea of what to expect when a planet is activated on your chart, okay? Because again, I'm all about, the whole purpose of what I do here is trying to help people to do the work themselves, astrologically and on their chart, okay? I truly want everyone to know this science and to know how to read charts themselves, at least on a basic level, okay? This is my aim here, so that's why I try and leave most of the things up to you, up to yourself, okay? I give you the clues, I give you the direction, I tell you where to look, but truly I want you, and you must do the work yourself in order to truly grasp and learn how the language of astrology truly works and affects you day to day. Now, moving on to what this eclipse may bring in the southern hemisphere on a wider scale, okay, not just individually but for the southern hemisphere as a whole, or of course for nations whose charts are activated through this particular eclipse. I'll talk a bit more about that later. But if you take a look on screen, you will see the chart for the time of this eclipse. And as you can see, we have 6 planets in close vicinity with the Sun and Moon. We have Mercury, Jupiter, okay, who are both in conjunctions either side of the Sun and Moon. We then have the South Node, we have Saturn, we have Pluto, we have Venus and Neptune, close as well to the Sun and Moon, but although they're not quite in conjunction. But some of these planets are aspecting either either Jupiter or Mercury, who are in conjunctions with the Sun and Moon. So all these planets, near enough, except one, maybe Neptune, is all linked up energetically. If not through conjunction, then through aspect and then conjunction too. Okay, so all being linked up in some form. And so again, there's a lot of energy coming into play here, particularly for the nations in the southern hemisphere, where this eclipse again is actually visible. Now, historically, eclipses have been linked again with natural disasters or extreme weather events that bring change to whole parts of a nation, etc. And so this eclipse, especially with the planetary energies that come with it, could be showing that some sort of natural disaster or indeed extreme weather event may occur somewhere in the southern hemisphere. Or it may be some sort of huge political change or other event that brings change, okay? But it should occur in the southern hemisphere, as well again as possibly affecting non-southern hemisphere nations where their natal charts are directly affected by this eclipse, like the natal chart of my own country, the United Kingdom, for instance, whose sun sign is 10 degrees Capricorn. So this eclipse is directly affecting the sun sign, okay, of my nation. So keep your eye on the UK, okay, during this time, and of course nations of the southern hemisphere. But again, keeping your eye on the UK, we already know and can see the UK is well on its way to change already, okay, with everything that's going on election wise, Brexit wise, etc. But whether this is change for the better or change for the worse is yet to be seen. Okay folks, I think that's all for this video. A huge thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell at the right hand side of the subscribe button. Until next time, take care.